nursing school is not hard, as we, sometimes we keep saying I'm in nursing school. I don't want to say nursing school is hard, but what encompasses it in terms of what we call hard is all the discipline that is put together. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you're thinking about somebody coming out to take care of a person who's in an ICU, or even taking care of you when you're sick. It needs discipline. That is what makes it tiresome. It's, nursing, like any other, field or career, if you have your mindset there, it's not like what we make it to be, but it's all the discipline that is involved. If they say it's white shoes, it has to be white. If you need to be at the clinical site by 9, it's not 9:05. You have to be there by 8:45, finding parking. If they say you cannot wear this, and it's all the discipline that comes with it that makes things, feel so tedious and makes it so hard. So I went through that, working nights and working PMs when I'm not in school. I'm trying to find, shifts that can work with my schedule. Some employers are good. Some of them, they'll tell you, what? You can drop your schedule. We hire somebody else. That time, job placement wasn't as it is now. So sometimes, yes, if I quit or if I let go my job, how am I fueling my car? How am I buying food? How am I paying my rent? How am I paying my insurance? So I'm trying to work 2 jobs to, try to pick up a shift here and there to meet my needs. I have my kids here, want to go to the park. They have their needs like anybody else, and there's that, social stress too. Sometimes you're feeling like it's too much. And in that event, at some point I was like going through depression because there's so much on my plate. But I thank God I'm here today.
Thank you, Christine.
I've channeled it, but
I know
it's not what we think when we are coming here.
Exactly.
And the reason sometimes we struggle when we come here because we don't understand the system. Sometimes people are telling you, hey, don't go and ask for that. You might never even get your citizenship. And it's because we are not open to no resources or the support system here that we find ourselves, going through stressors or trying to endure things that we can get free help and it does not affect you in any way. And by the time I came to know, all the support system we have, even from school, free tutors, you're here struggling with, maybe electronic system. All my essays in Kenya were handwritten. I did a few, computer classes and that's it. And I'm coming and being told to use Excel. Then I'm here Googling on YouTube, not knowing the school has somebody paid free to help students sitting in their office waiting for you to come. And I'm not making that use, know. The county is here saying, okay, you have 3 kids and you're in school. You don't have to struggle about this. We are here to support you to be a better person. Come to the office. Somebody is sitting in their office waiting to help you, but you're not going for the help.
And that speaks more into the not knowing part, because we come and we don't know. We don't also go looking, and at the end of the story, it's us wenye tunaumia because kuna resources in America. That's why wamekupatia green card, wakwambia kuja US. We have something for you. But since we don't know, tunakuja, and then we also listen to a lot of people telling us, okay, this cannot happen because of this. Ukifanya hivi, utakuja itakufanya usileta hata mtu wengi.
And that is the thing. Sometimes
if you ask for public
people
help,
come here on different means. Maybe you came as a student. Someone came as a guest. Someone came on a scholarship, maybe to do like a job study or something. So, and these people end up staying. So their experience is different. There are some things, if you don't have certain status, you don't qualify. There are some things, whether you have a status or you don't have, humanity comes first. So there sometimes we struggle a lot in this country when we are coming because we don't know what are the resources available to us. Who is my go-to? I'm coming to you and you came here as a student who was paying your fees and everything. And me here, I'm coming a green card. There's tuition, there's money the school has been given to give somebody like me. And I'm here and you're telling me you're paying your fees. And I also want to work and pay my fees. Well, there's money waiting in school in form of grants. So maybe we can talk about the
on
future.
That, actually, on that ground, Christine, I want us, I mean, we can, I know we can sit here and talk a lot that is in America, but I want you to help us, take us through the green card process from Kenya. And now that we were talking of the benefits of this green card, when you come, what are the resources available for you as a green card holder? Because you came with the green card. Now, somebody is seated at home in Kenya. First, unasikia mtu amekukol, akisunileta America. So they think me, you don't know where to start from when somebody says that, right? Because there's so many different ways of somebody to come to the US, but that somebody has to get involved in trying to come. That's right? So, for example, there's one way that we want to highlight today. Just one way. What is the green card process? You came here with a green card. How can you help somebody who has never tried to get a green card while they are in Kenya, so that they can start this process today? And then when you come here with a green card, what are the benefits for you?
Okay, this is what I will say. I'm sorry, I'm going to divert a little bit.
That's okay. Go ahead.
So I don't want to say everybody in America came through a green card, but that's my journey. I came through a green card. This is what I will say. The journey to improve yourself begins with you. You don't want someone to bring to America, you don't even have a passport. And you're telling me, at least make an effort. I'm not saying you should have money, but at least have the show, be proactive if you want to be in this place. And this is what I will say. At least you have a passport. Initially, when during my time or the time before, and maybe a few years after that, you never needed a passport to apply for a green card. But I believe since 2019, they introduced the passport thing. So you must have a passport to apply for a green card. So applying for a green card, there are some things that have changed. And things I'm not going to, it does not affect anything that comes with a passport, the green card application. But there are some things people, when they were applying, maybe that would enable, improve their chances. But now you must have a passport. It was not that time you would randomly walk, take your passport, images and apply. Now you need a passport. And if you are a family, you must include your kids. You must include a spouse if you are married. Because the challenge that is becoming with green cards now, you apply as a single person, you win the green card, then you want to start introducing your family. That increases your chances of being denied. And I'm not just speaking this, it's on the website of the consular website where we apply green cards, or people apply. The migrant. It says this: if you're applying for the green card and you are a family, children, husband and wife, apply together. Your children do not need the passport ID. Like the passport book, the traveling documents, they don't need it. The only person who needs this passport at the time of application, not any other time, at the time of application, the the primary applicant. So, for instance, me, if I'm applying, I have to have the passport. Anybody else that I'm listing as a dependent or a spouse, they don't need it. But in case I win, at the time to process it, then they will need the passports for the purpose of travel and identification. So I'll say if you are a couple, the two of you have a passport, apply as a wife, include your husband and your children. If you are a husband, apply, include your wife and your children. Why? If you win, they are all covered to process. If I win, the husband and the children are what? They are all covered. So it improves chances when you apply, the two of you. And I know passport application nowadays has become maybe tedious with everybody wanting to get it.
Actually, I was gonna talk about that just a little bit. The passports in Kenya, you cannot expect to walk in and get a passport and apply within the period that is expected, because there has been long backlogs in getting passport. So if somebody, we know that the application period starts in October. If somebody wants to apply for a green card in October, they should start getting
You
their
can't wait
passport
until
right
August.
now.
There was a backlog with COVID, people not being able to work. So that's what I'm saying. Prepare yourself for what you want to achieve in life. If you want to apply for the green card, start in January. Get your passport. Don't just wait for the green card. There are so many avenues of coming to America. Try every avenue. And with every avenue, you're taking a risk. There's a financial risk involved. You pay $20,000 for going for the visa and you will lose it. You know, but I'm not saying that, I know finances can be a challenge, but in life, for you to be, there are some risks you have to take. That's what I mean. If you had a good grade in high school and you are maybe less than 5 years, try apply for a green card here. Felicitas is here. She'll be talking about, you know, different visas for different ages and all that. I don't know. But don't just wait for the green card if you aspire to come here. Try, you know, invitations. Yes, sometimes we tell people, for your age, they will not give you. If you are back home, have a bank statement. Put little money in it, take it out, do business, make your own bank statement. Because when you are borrowing a bank statement to come to the US, nowadays it's becoming a reason for denial. Not for everybody. They evaluate case by case. But if you have your own bank statement and it's good, and you apply for a visit, chances are you'll be given if it's your bank statement and it's showing good figures and it's an active account, you know. Unlike you're asking for someone's bank statement. How are you going to convince them you're going back?
Exactly.
And one thing the Americans, what the government doesn't want is people who are not, I don't want to say documented, but when you overstay your visit, you know, so that those are some reasons that they deny. But yeah, for the green card you apply. For example, if you apply 2020, you apply in October, the results will come in May.
Of the following year.
Of the following year. So when
and then when the results come the following year, May, when are these people expected to come to the US?
So that's a good question. It all depends with your case number. So if you are among the first people, they call you for interview sooner. So depending when you apply and the moment you submit your application in October, start looking for the other documents. Like, you know, in Kenya, we have these customary marriages. They're not registered anywhere. By tradition, it's a legal marriage, don't get me wrong. But Mzungu has you prove that you're married. You know, if it's those traditional cows we take and people take photos, those are some things they might require at the embassy when you go. But at the same time, you have to register your marriage legally. You have either to do it through the church or do it through the court system. So
you will
as
need
you
a
apply,
certification.
as you apply and you're waiting, you have to register marriage if you're married. You know, you will need to get what is the one we do, fingerprints, certificate of good conduct.
Oh yeah.
If you applied for your children and you're single, your children need passports. So this is the time for you to prepare. Not saying that you will win it, but if you win and you are among the first people, you don't want to be called for an interview and you don't have all these documents. Because then if they skip and some people, yes, they have gone and they say, I don't have a passport or something is missing, they reschedule. It will not be the case always. Like now during COVID, there are people who could not get rescheduled because of the backlog. So if you go and you're missing a document, you're not guaranteed a rescheduling. And that means you have lost a chance. So as you apply and you're waiting for when you win the green card in May, start looking on the things you need in case you win. And then when they return that you've been selected, then there's another process of filling the 260, I think D or S. There's
some forms that you fill.
There's a return form that you have now to fill and include, you know, specifications for your family members or for you if you applied as a single person. So that is when the process starts. And then, like I said, depending with the case number, if you are the early case numbers, you might travel the following year, maybe towards the end of the year, depending on when you get a visa. So this one, I cannot say, you will go maybe after 1 year. It all depends with your case number. But when you apply, start looking into other things. Be positive. Say, what if I win? Am I prepared for the interview if they call me? Okay, the results come out in May. You do the return application. 3 months down the line, they call you for an interview. Are you prepared financially? The medical part is involving. Depending on how many people you are. When you are going for the visa, my time, I don't know about now, my time, only the main applicant would have paid for the visa. If you guys get interviewed and win, then you have to pay for everybody else that is coming. So it's a good thing because if you lose money, you're only losing money for one person. Again, it's a bad thing because this is not little money.
What's that visa? Like, Si tunassume mnakuja umepata green card, but what's the reason behind
So
this?
I know when you win the green card, it's not a guarantee. Okay. So let me tell you. You know, maybe we are mixing these terms, and maybe this is something I should have been cautious about when we started. So it's called a lottery. The green card is like an identification when you get here. We call it a green card lottery, but the green card is the identification you get. It's like the Kenyan national ID that you get when you get here. But the process is a DV. It's a lottery. It's a win and lose.
Okay.
So you get selected, that you've been selected for this lottery. You're lucky. It does not guarantee you're coming, because you have to fulfill all these other specifications or requirements. So that's where people get wrong. You get you've been selected, and you're there celebrating and bidding everybody by. You're quitting your job and you're quitting school. No, continue with your life until you go for the visa, which we're going to talk about.